The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison. Going, guys, got myself Nasifi's on it back again with another episode of Sludge Underground. I'm all alone today, but we've got a really epic band that has come down from way out, so it's really awesome having them here. They were playing at Pablo Honey this past Saturday, so we're really stoked to sort of get who they are, what they're about. I'm not gonna go any further. I'm gonna let the guys introduce themselves and we're gonna take it from there. Which way do we start? Alright, cool.
Hello, I'm Luke from Smokey Mercle.
Hey, I'm Peter from Smokey Mercle.
Hey, I'm Andre from Smokey Mercle and Dystopia.
Yes.
That's so cool. Yeah.
It's kind of a coincidence.
And what does each person sort of do in the band, real quick?
I do vocals.
Pretends to sing.
Write lyrics and shit, and basically manage the shit with Luke, I guess, for now.
I play bass, and that's for the most part what I do.
I play guitar and drums, but our drummer has recently retired from the band.
Like a few days ago.
Yeah. When you guys say retired, is it like any bad blood or anything, or is it just literally
we're all best friends and shit.
Yeah.
It's all going down smoothly.
So how was that sort of transition, sort of going from, are you guys now just a three-piece band, or was it just four of you, and then when he left it's a three-piece, or did you guys sort of replace him with someone else? Like, what's happening?
We actually have a very close friend of ours that is a very good drummer and vocalist too, so we'll be adding a little bit of vocals too, or more vocals, and it's gonna be dope. We're sad to see Skeef leave. But it's a good transition. I mean, at least he got to come on our first tour with us. Brought out a few EPs with him. Yeah, we just recorded at Damon Miles' studio. At Saint Records. That was so dope, dude. Lovely people, lovely studio. So we recorded 2 tracks. I think we're gonna bring out a 2-track EP. Right? We're still deciding.
Third one, I think.
What? So what is this EP about? I mean, you guys recorded the 2 tracks. What are the 2 tracks about? What is the EP going to be called? And let us know.
Well, basically, I guess our writing process is more. The one track we did is actually the first one we wrote together from scratch. Right?
Oh yes.
So
as a 4-piece.
As a 4-piece. So I joined the band. What is it, like 6 months ago?
I'd say like 5 months, 4 months even.
Yeah. And they had a bunch of tracks already. They played a few shows at Thrashers in Pretoria and Rumors and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just basically wrote lyrics for tracks that already existed. And then, now we're moving into a more creative space, I think. We're finding our sound, and it's been going really well. I don't think the tracks have many distinct meanings, or the EP doesn't exactly have a clear message.
Definitely. I just want to make music now.
We want to make dope, trippy music.
Music is the message, I guess.
And what was sort of the plan, when you guys sort of started, Smokey Mercle and stuff? What is behind the name, firstly, and sort of what was the sort of end goal? Why did you guys sort of decide one day, hey, let's get this band together and do what we do?
I think you two are best to explain that.
It was more of a love project, to be honest. We just high school friends, just jamming and shit. Here's the actual story. So we saw Black Math one day years ago at Thrasher Skate Park, and we both played instruments, so that they were like, fuck, we should do that. And then try to do that.
Pretty much. And then we didn't think it was gonna be much or anything. We just jammed around for a while, and then we were like, oh well, let's actually write some songs, And then some friends were like, you should just gig it and stuff. We're like, gigs will be fun. And then we kind of just took it from there, just went with the flow. Didn't have any plans per se, but
And when you guys, you mentioned Black Math there, would you guys say they sort of influence your sort of sound in any way, or did it sort of just start and stop, or is it and sort of what elements of sort of Black Math would you guys say you sort of take and sort of draw inspiration from?
A lot of the psych elements, a lot of the psychedelic sounds and stuff. The heavier, higher energy.
I think a lot of the high energy as well. That was the big thing for us.
And sort of, you know, you guys didn't mention you guys are from Pretoria. Yeah. So how is sort of, you know, the scene up in Pretoria? Because here in Durban, a lot of people will tell you that no, there aren't that many venues. You know, they'll tell you that, you know, it's very sort of cliquey and all of that. You know, what's the situation up in Pretoria when it comes to bands and artists and all of that there?
It's very different.
I think it's quite different. It was kind of strange coming down to Durban because everything is so far apart, and there are only a few venues. I mean, we played the Winston and from the Soul Fest and Pablo Honey, and we couldn't really book anything else.
That's about it, man.
Yeah.
My hands were pretty tied. We couldn't find many things to do.
Yeah, but it's dope. We really like the Durban scene. It's been going really well. I mean, we had a blast on tour, and I think the Pretoria scene is slightly different. Like Durban and Cape Town are similar to me because of it's not, I wouldn't call it cliquey. I think it's just very connected. You know, everyone knows each other really well. In Pretoria, it's more spaced out.
It's like, I found the scene in Durban is a lot more like welcoming, especially to new guys. And, like compared to Pretoria, like in the beginning, to get a gig in Pretoria, holy fuck, man! Like holy fuck, that was so hard. And here we just come down, they're like, yes, come jam, come play, please record. It's like way nicer down here. But excited to go home, but yeah, was a good trip.
And just while we on that trip, you know, you guys did say you're on tour and whatnot. So how's the tour sort of been? You did mention there, bro, that, you know, the Durban artists and the Durban scene was welcoming to you guys. And you also mentioned from the Soul Fest. How did that go?
It was cool. The venue was really dope. Where we played, we only really got to see the stages and stuff. We were there for a few hours because we were playing Pablo the same night. So
the time we were there, I really enjoyed it.
Really
super open and friendly.
The Sons of Shem guy that organized the festival was really dope.
Brandon.
The only one we really like dealt with, but he was great to deal with. Super nice guy.
I mean, From the Soul was great. There were some really cool bands.
Was it Migrate Fest?
It was really dope. We got some killer edibles there.
cheap edibles.
I thought you were going to tell the story from last night. I like load shedding, of course. Hobbles into room and his hand just wound up on the edible, and he's like one of them were like, eat it now.
And you did say that you also went straight from, you know, Migrate Fest, and you played at Pablo Honey. You know, that venue has really been making the rounds. People have been talking about it. It's a really cool venue. How was your experience sort of playing there?
Oh man,
it was great.
Liam
I
really
dug that venue, and the owners were so nice. Like, I don't know, so.
By no means the most popular show we've played, but it was one of the nicest. Like, it was such a cool vibe.
Turnout of the whole tour.
I
think it did really well, and it was lovely playing with Ride Off and Mouse. I mean, those guys are phenomenal. And
shout out to Ride Off and Mouse.
And shout out to Liam and Sam too. That venue is so nice. It reminds me of like some of the cool Cape Town venues I've been to recently. And it's
Don't forget Headed Related and Sons of Shem and all those bands.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. We never really met them properly. We saw them at the Winston.
I spoke to Holly for a little bit. He seemed
I
really
didn't
cool. I like his style. Like very like punky. Those guys are cool.
I love that band, man. They're so dope.
Are you guys sort of going to be making any music with the guys that, you know, are from down here? Like, you have been mentioning Miles quite a bit and that you recorded at their studio. Can we expect maybe something like a collaborative effort or something? Or
I've been floating the idea of doing collaborations with a bunch of people, but nothing concrete yet.
Just some ideas floating around, but I would be very keen for it.
I'll be definitely down for that. But nothing has been
I think
like organized.
collaboration is the one thing that's missing from most music scenes in South Africa. I think more people should collaborate instead of compete. I think we've been doing that in Pretoria as well. Like the Dystopia team started hosting events and got on board with another company that does that, Bunk, and we're gonna do some work with Uncle Mothers, and like there's just so much opportunity if you choose to work with people. That's another thing stopping it from being cliquey too, because you get this amalgamation or a creative collective of like 20 people working on events, and then it's the best events, the most frequent you could do it.
It's also the most inclusive because everyone has a say, so there's no like left out areas.
As long as ego doesn't get in the way, then you're sharp.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so now we almost at the end of 2019. I want us to sort of dive into what you guys have been busy with. You have been busy with the tour recently, but what has Smokey Mercle been doing this entire year? Just let us in on what you guys have been busy with.
So when did our first EP come out? It was September.
A few months ago.
It was the day before the
September,
Dystopia show, right? I think so.
Yeah, it was the day before. That was the 7th of September.
Yeah, so pretty much just been getting as many gigs as possible. We have
Did a hell of a lot of gigs.
Yeah, and also like getting the recordings done, which we managed to get quite a few done in recent times. Like a lot of.
Our first EP came out in September the 6th, I think, and then I think it was exactly a month later we brought out the second one, live recorded at Railways.
Oh yeah,
and that was really
good.
good. Yeah, that was absolutely sick.
That was great. Yeah. Shout out to Steve, best engineer around, I think. The man's cool.
Dude, I love that man.
Yeah.
And now we're working on the second one. It's only the third one. I mean,
only 2 songs.
It's
It's
only
about 15 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like 15,
pretty long
16
tunes.
minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fucking EP.
We actually wrote the whole brand new half for the first one on the spot because we had the song and it's usually 4 minutes. So like, it's too short. It's like my favorite part, I think.
Now we have 2 8-minute tracks to bring out. Or 2 8-minute tracks to bring out. It's gonna be dope, man. We played so many cool shows with the nicest people. I mean, I can't even remember all the venues we played. We some of the bands like Peasant and the clubs.
Rough Magic,
and,
Mad
Rough
God.
Magic. Yeah, shout out to Drekus and Bendy, those guys.
Yeah.
Benny, we love you.
Big shout out.
Benny Mancino, dude. What other bands stood out for you guys that we
So
played
many,
with?
dude.
Friends with
Friends with
Fools,
Fools,
they were super dope. And Caution Boy, our old favorites.
Yeah, Caution Boy. We're kind of supposed to come down here with them.
Yeah,
We were
Just
initially
didn't
supposed to tour with them, but like there was so much that went wrong in between that was just more logical for them to say, "Fuck it, we'll join the next one." So
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, of course, our homies like Double Sun and Jungle of Mischief.
Yeah.
The
Good
guys were,
friends.
we have this weird sister band relationship between us. Is again, like working together with other bands is just as crucial as working with promoters.
Yeah.
Because we booked each other gigs, and I think one of the coolest gigs we played this year was at the Grind with Zandre and everyone.
I actually hosted that with Zanre. That was called
nice.
Girls Just Want to Have Fuzz. That was a good time.
Yeah, Dion Bacchus and the Stolen Horses, and Jungle of Mischief, Double Sun and us. That was really, really dope.
Wilson recently brought out that single as well, The Horror, which was really great. And there's another one coming soon, I think, for them too.
Oh, really?
Well, they said, they recorded 2.
tracks.
Even got a music video.
Oh yeah. So keep a lookout for that. That'll be really dope.
Music video. It's so dope. Yeah, go check out Double Sun, dudes. Like, like Pollinator 2.
Yeah, Pollinator, of course.
How could we
Dude,
forget
always
Pollinator?
fucking
Yeah,
time.
we actually had a similar vibe to this through Dystopia. We did a music video type thing, like live video.
recording. That was with Mouse when they came down. and then
Nice, yeah.
we were supposed to do an interview, but it hasn't really happened yet. So we're gonna make it happen at some point. But
It'll come.
yeah, definitely.
Dudes, I mean, Pretoria's scene is kind of growing slowly but surely, and we want to move down to, or not move down to Durban, but like expand into Durban too.
Definitely, because we've met so many people that we can definitely give some trust for and help. They can help us run it up here a lot as well.
You could see the initiative in the people working here. I could see that people want a thriving music scene here too. I mean, we're all striving to beat Cape Town, I think.
It's gonna be a while, but maybe.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, Cape Town's great.
Listen, guys, with what you guys have sort of been doing throughout the year and the bands that you guys were just mentioning just now, it's no small feat. You guys you've been around and you've got the experience. How does it sort of feel, playing with all these big names that you guys are throwing around, like your Pollinator and Mouse and all of this? Like, how did it feel sort of playing with these people?
It never gets old.
It's fucking great, man.
And I never get less nervous going on stage. Like, you're playing with some of my favorite bands since I got into the local music scene. It's just, it's a dream come true. and like making friends with them as well. It kind of,
and they're all such cool people. Just like hanging out with them, it is the best. So
playing with bands like that, the best part about it is becoming friends with them. It's so dope. And that's another thing. Like if you're a new band trying to start out, just be friendly. Make friends with everyone. They'll book you for their lineups and shit. And like, well, make good music too, but
and you know, with everything that's also just been going on, how do you guys sort of, you know, when it comes to back home and stuff, how is sort of the situation there? Are the folks happy? Are the people, you know, back home happy that you guys are sort of making music as sort of what you guys are doing as a band and whatnot? Or is it sort of like a rebellion sort of thing where it's like, yeah, we're gonna do it anyways, whether they like it or not, kind of thing, you know?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think people are very supportive, more so than I would imagine, considering how much fucking noise you make when you practice. But like,
it's writing new songs that really sucks. Like your poor parents, man.
Shout out to my parents for letting us make so much fucking noise. But I mean, they're supportive. They just let us do it, and you know, it's all good fun and stuff. So and we're working at it. So
we like. The little success we've seen so far has like really pushed it into a positive realm as well. Like we're really trying to make this work, and I think we have the support to do it as well. I don't feel like it's rebellious for me personally. Like well, I mean, I feel great. Like everyone's super cool, super supportive. Working together to make music, and we surround ourselves with a lot of musicians too, so it helps. It's good to have a support system.
That's really cool. And you guys, you know, you have been, you know, performing. You did mention that you had a lot of performances this year. Well, which one sort of stands out, you know, when you guys think back?
Pablo was a big one. That was a really good show.
It's one of my favorite venues we've played.
Wow, that's massive.
I think Railways at the Dystopia.
That was probably the biggest one we played.
Great.
Probably the biggest show we've ever played.
That was
I'm pretty
Rough
sure.
Magic's last show in SA, right? Or for the year at least. Yeah, we played with Rough Magic, Mad God, Pollinator, and Caution Boy. That was the organizing that show was nerve-wracking.
Wait, so you guys organized that show? Like, you put it together?
The first Dystopia event.
What? So, like, what goes behind sort of creating a show of that magnitude?
Oh, having a really, really good team. So, like, Luke and I are part of the leadership of Dystopia, along with one of my best friends, Vessel Moller, shout out. We founded it about a year ago, and then we got Luke on board first, and then Mia. And Mia is one of the best riders in South Africa, and she's really pushed us over the edge. Like we're able to work on really big events now. We got our first touring band to play a show. Well, technically, Mouse was the first band we booked outside of Pretoria and Joburg. So like working with the venues, Stefan from The Grind as well, lovely man.
Nicest guy.
Highly recommend that venue to anyone who comes down, and like give us a call too. We'll help you organize shows if you want.
The specials they have at The Grind are absolutely absurd.
30 rand for a Jägermeister and a Devil's Peak, like damn.
And then there's also a happy hour, like fuck man. There's this other special, like 2 burgers and 6 black labels. Like,
are you trying to get a sponsorship?
We were just hoping to get sponsored by The Grind here. Just like plugging
you
their
only
special.
1,000 hamburgers.
We get some free burgers, all good.
Listen, guys, what you guys have just told me is actually massive. I mean, the fact that you guys, you know, were able to start something and get bands that, you know, aren't even from Pretoria coming through, you know, and performing and whatnot. How do you guys sort of keep so humble? I mean, you know, you'll find that some other promoter would do that. You know, they'd book like a Black Manta or something, and next thing, you know, they're on their high horse, they, you know, standoffish. How do you guys keep so humble? Because what you guys have told me is actually massive. It's huge.
Well, thanks, I guess.
There's no room for having a big dick in the music scene.
I think we've had some strange experiences with promoters too. So, I mean, we're just trying to make the scene better, I guess. And like, there's no room for ego, you know. Like every time there has been a bit of ego floating around, we've all gotten into arguments and got nothing done. So it's more productive to like work hard, and I think we dream big as well. Keeping the stakes as high as possible is a good way to keep yourself on a low tier, I guess. You get to do more and more and more, and it's really dope.
And how do you guys sort of balance, doing the two? How do you sort of, get it right? Whereas you've got what you guys are doing, organizing the events and whatnot, and also keep the band going at the same time. How do you sort of execute that effectively?
Oh, well, it's like a learning curve, I guess. We played a few Dystopia stuff as well, and had a lot of content from Smokey on there, and we try to keep it as fair as possible, but we have slipped at some points.
Yeah.
But it is a learning.
our own band the whole time.
Yeah. But I mean, we're open to booking any bands. It's mostly been convenience as well. Like we're there anyway, so we can play.
Message to all bands. If you think you're good, send us a DM and we'll make a plan.
Dystopia.za@gmail.com. Send us demos. Absolutely.
Or DM any of your friendly neighborhood dystopians.
No, you guys actually you literally, I was about to ask you guys, like, what do bands do, if people want to get in touch with you, and also, like, is it sort of just confined to just bands? Are you guys ever going to expand maybe to other genres, or is it predominantly just bands for now?
We've been planning on it for a while now. Like, you could probably tell more about it. Like, well, I don't know. There's nothing concrete yet.
Okay.
We're looking to expand into more different genres as well, like some electronic music, maybe.
I think even outside of just music, like maybe more. From the Soul is a good example where it isn't only music, it's like a creative collective which can form a lot of things like art, video, music, whatever it wants to be.
Like Gun Street Mag, like something like that. They're very focused on photography, and which is really dope. But
Great stuff as well.
yeah, like if working with them and promoting other artists outside of just music is something I've been wanting to do forever. It's just hard to find a balance.
Walk before you can run. Like we're band guys, we want to start like get the band thing right, and then we'll do some other stuff.
Yeah, dream big and aim low. Always.
No, that's super sick. And we've got 2020 coming up. What can we expect from Smokey Mercle?
Lots of music, I'd say.
Yeah.
Full album? Yes.
Well, I mean, we haven't really decided on it yet, but I mean, if we can do it, let's do it.
We're planning on recording as much as possible, so
We have to teach Baptist the new drum.
we do need to get our new drummer up to speed and all that, so it'll definitely take a while before anything big happens.
We'll probably
next
be
year.
practicing mostly for the first few months.
Another fun fact is this Bertus guy we're speaking about is the vocalist for my second band called Plastic Shamans, which is just plug, yes. Just started, nothing out but keep an eye peeled, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the manager, plug.
No, that's really solid, guys. And I just want to sort of go back to that other question I was asking in terms of your band name. What does it mean? What's the meaning behind it? What's the story behind it?
I'm still unsure about this. Like, I know the general story, but tell the story.
you tell it.
Okay, well, we have two different versions. I'm going to tell my version.
Okay.
We had a high school friend named Claudio Warrens. Shout out.
Shout out.
He had a has a really cute cat named Mercle. Shout out.
Shout out to Mercle.
Follow Mercle to cat on Instagram.
Oh,
So there was this room at his house, sacred room. It was a hot box, pretty much. No windows, one door. So we'd always go into them. The cat would come and claw on the wall, the door. So we'd always let him in, and he would just. Man, he was so cute. I believe cats can get high. So that's why I think we named it Smokey Mercle. But
because there's Mercle in a smoky room the whole time, pretty much.
What's the second version of the story?
we apparently smoked a joint with cat in it, and
there was
I choose
definitely
not to
some
believe
cat
it.
hair.
But
That
knowing
was
you guys
slipped in there. I'd be surprised if it wasn't true.
that's why we are how we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really amazing story. Like it sort of lightens up the whole situation behind your name. Like it's actually very interesting as well. And yeah, so basically, the new music you guys are talking about. When can we expect sort of the 2-track EP to come up? I understand that's the next one that's coming out. So give us a date.
I don't want to give a date, but
I would, if it goes the way we want it to, it'll be this year. If not, early next year.
look, we got the final draft, or we got a draft. Rough cuts yesterday.
Yeah,
So it's sounding good. Still need some tweaking and stuff.
Little tweaks. I think it sounds
Little bit.
great so far. Very
Damon's
excited.
done a phenomenal job on it.
Oh yeah, man.
We're gonna work on it a bit, and hopefully by the end of the year, we'll get to work on it.
I want to sort of focus on your guys' future beyond 2020. You know, one or two bands might even say, yo, one day we want to be playing at Splashy, we want to be playing at Orpi or something, but not just sticking to where you guys want to play, but your future in general. What is it sort of looking like? I know you guys say you don't really plan, it's just like a spur of the moment thing, but where would you guys like to see yourself in a few years?
Doing this and being able to live off it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that'd be good.
Just playing shows in a music scene that is at its full capacity, like thriving, absolutely thriving. Like that would be my dream. I don't care if we make it. Like I want us to, but if the music scene is at the best it possibly can be,
then all the bands want us to do better, and it's more fun for everyone. Like the viewers, the bands, everyone, the venues too.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we can to help as well.
Man, it must suck to own a venue. Imagine that stress. Damn.
Give me a few years, maybe.
Are there any plans to maybe, you know, go beyond the South African music scene? Maybe, you know, get your sound overseas somehow?
That'd be
for the
great.
band,
we'll
for
always
sure.
take the opportunity if it arises. We're
Fuzz
not
Club
like
Records,
working
if you're
directly
listening.
at it.
Please, Fuzz Club, please.
But yeah, that'll always be fucking great. We'll never like not do that.
I think one of my biggest goals for the band is playing Endless Days.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You know, I've been for the last 2 years, and it is just, it's a tier above the rest. It is phenomenal.
Also, that 70s is a really nice festival as well. That's run by Boogie Central. Those guys
Joker
in
and Guido.
Tasers,
Tasers.
Yeah, no, nice guys.
They're super nice.
Really great festival though. Like, it's a very small boutique festival. I love it. Definitely gonna go back.
Yeah, absolutely. They have some killer bands that play there every year as well.
And besides that, you know, we know the future, what the plans are with the band. What about your events, Dystopia, I think you called it. What are the plans with that? What can we expect? What's coming up?
Well,
Rapidly, I would say.
we want to
There's a lot
expand to different cities, work with bigger people, or work with everyone, just more people in general, and maybe get a venue open in like the 5-year grand scale of things.
But to be fair, we've been doing this for a couple months, so a 5-year plan is like very elusive for me. Like,
But yeah,
So
I'm not really part of the whole thing.
run a successful festival.
Yeah, I play bass. So.
I think if we can run a successful festival, that would be dope as hell.
I'd love to.
It takes a lot of trial and error though. I think running a festival is kind of difficult, but it's looking good.
I think for this coming year, the festival would be like the flagship goal, I would say, like what
A
we're
small
working
one,
towards
a
most
small
of.
one. If we could have like a festival with like 300 people, I'd be
That'd be
dope.
great.
Yeah. I think our biggest show so far has got 250 tickets sold. So
To be
Railways
fair, we
had
started charging entrance really late.
Yeah,
We should have started at like 6. We like tripled the money.
We still sold 250 tickets. That was dope.
That's massive.
It was cheap as hell though. Like we try to keep the tickets like 40, 50 rand
40
max.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too bad. Yeah.
It's a bitch where we can't keep booking so many bands on one lineup if it's so cheap. But I mean, again, like pay for your local gigs and stuff, buy merch, buy CDs.
That's
Like
how you
that's
keep a band.
Support a
that's
band.
how you support a music scene. Absolutely.
I mean, if they're not making their money doing the band things, they're gonna have to go make it somewhere else.
Yeah, like if you like a vinyl, buy the vinyl. If like stream it on your phone and shit, but that just doesn't pay the artist anything.
It's impossible to make any money off of streaming.
Or
To be
stream on Bandcamp. Stream on Bandcamp.
Yes.
You can find all your local bands there, and it's dope. It's best quality, like all the audio files out there.
So all the bands that don't put things on Bandcamp, do it. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Just put out music. Like put out all the music you can. Record as much as you can. And if you need help, hit us up.
Yeah.
That's really epic, guys. I think that's a perfect way to sort of fuck. Okay, that's the perfect way to sort of conclude. All right. And yeah, like with what's okay. Right now, we are currently going through load shedding. Do you guys have a message for ESCOM?
PC, thank you very much. This is not our fucking issue.
I mean, I'd rather stay in the dark about this.
It's easier to play in a band when there's electricity. That's all I'm saying.
It makes our jobs a lot harder, and everyone else's too. So yeah, fuck you, Escom.
You want some funny shit about that, go speak to Cash.
What is it, like a story behind that?
Oh no, he just rips him a new one whenever he can, and it's amazing. Funniest shit. I love it.
That's fucking awesome, guys. Listen, guys, we're going to be closing out one of your tracks. So just let me know which one you guys would like us to close out with. And then before we actually get to that, your social media handles, where can people get in touch with you guys if they want to book you and they want to follow you on social media? This is your opportunity to do so.
Okay. Well, my personal is at Tartopian, TSARTOPIN. Dystopia is what
At Dystopian ZA, one word. Yeah.
So Dystopia with an N, Dystopian ZA. Smokey Mercle is just Smokey Mercle.
Yeah.
SMOKEY.
Instagram, just find us there.
My private is Foklu, FXKLOU. Yes. Send me merch, man.
Send me memes, dude.
Yeah.
Send me memes.
Sweet, guys. Yeah, and what song of yours are we playing out with today?
Black Liquid, because it's my favorite of our songs. Yeah, we
Yeah,
recorded it
definitely.
at Damon Studio, Red Saint Records. Sweet.
yes.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoy it.
Anything special you guys want to say to the people that follow you guys before we bow out with Black Liquid?
Big
Oh.
shout out to my mom, especially Peter's parents. Those guys are the best.
And all the friends, like all the bands that we've met and all the great people we've met, like coming down here, and just in general the past few years, it's been fucking
Shout
great.
out to Damon and Chris and Storm, like
Yeah,
lovely
big shout
people.
out.
Super cool, nicest guys.
Yeah, Liam and Sam from Pablo Honey,
Oh, yeah.
Sludge Underground,
Hey,
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the Winston. Shout out to Matt and and Sons of Shem and Hated Related and Radov. There's just so many people to mention.
So many people.
And like the Dystopian team, like Mia and Vimpy and Brendan and Jono.
They
and
pretty much
Gil.
handled everything while we were down here because we were, kind of potty mode, so not really working much, but
They really kill it all the time. So shout out to them. Lovely team.
Sweet, guys. Listen, guys, thank you so much for coming through. It was such a pleasure talking to you guys. Learned a lot about you. Guys, catch this episode on SoundCloud, Sludge Underground, on Apple Podcasts, we are Sludge Underground Podcast, and on Facebook, Sludge Underground, on Twitter at Sludge031, and on Instagram at Sludge Underground. Send us an email at sludgeunderground@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, it's been Smokey Mercle. Thank you guys for coming through once again. And we are closing out with, you said, Black Liquid. That's the one, guys. Enjoy the track.
I don't